So who wants to hear a story? I want to tell you one. It was about 2 weeks ago. Me and the boys thought we'd be having a fire that night, have a campfire, cook some weenies and marshmallows. I'd start chopping wood, so got this big old stump here. I gave it about 20 whacks. The thing wasn't budging, must have been full of knots or something. So by this time I was pretty tired, sweating bullets. I took a little bit of a break sitting down on the ground there. Didn't think nothing of it for a second, but I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Well, I didn't quite know what it was. It was big and hairy, but it wasn't a bear, because I had seen a bear before, and this thing, in fact, was on its hind legs, so that kind of eliminated that. So I thought, well, what could it be? Looked a little bit closer. It was Bigfoot. Actually, at that time, I was like, well, I'm about done chopping wood, so I might as well go see what this Bigfoot's up to. So I followed him. He didn't see me at the time, so I was trying to keep my distance. Didn't want Bigfoot. You never want to startle Bigfoot. If I know what I've seen in the movies and books, if you startle Bigfoot, you are in big trouble. If I know what I'm saying. So I'm following him from a distance, and he stops. So I stop. He crouches down, and he's digging in something. What's he digging for, Bigfoot? So I get a little bit closer, and get a little bit closer, I can start smelling it. It's poop. He's digging around in poop. Bigfoot is digging around in poop. So I thought that was pretty funny. I laughed a little bit. Big mistake. Big hairy sucker jumps up, starts chasing me, and I turn around, and you should have seen this. I don't know if you've ever seen a Bigfoot run before, but it was not a pretty sight. Very peculiar form, if I must say. But boy, was he fast. Boy, was he fast. He was nipping at my ankles before I knew it. So this beast pins me to the tree. It felt like he broke all my ribs. Oh, it hurt like heck. So then he turns me around, and he's just staring me right in the eyes. Big old Bigfoot eyes of his. And then he starts pointing his finger right in my face. And then he points at the poop. And then he points back at me. And then again at the pile of poop he was digging around in earlier. Now it don't take no genius to figure out what this boy was trying to say to me. He wanted me to help dig around the poop. I know in school they always tell you, oh, don't give in to peer pressure. Well, they never told you what to do when the Bigfoot staring in the face. Let me tell you that much right there. That sucker was big. So I somewhat sheepishly start kind of digging around this poop, not exactly sure what I'm doing, and then Bigfoot kind of runs up and starts shaking his head like, no, I did something terribly wrong. Like, well, excuse me, Bigfoot, this is my first time digging around in poop. So and he gets down, shows me how to do it. Apparently you got to splay your fingers a little bit. It's kind of, well, I know this story is starting to get good, but boy, do I gotta take a piss. All right. Alright, back to the story. Well, so here I am, digging through poop, using that new technique. I'm flying through this poop now. I'm flying through it. Eventually, I come to what I believe is what he was looking for. Now, I bet if I gave you 1,000 guesses about what was in this forest-dwelling, son-of-a-gun beast poop, you would not guess that a diamond ring would be in the bottom of that pile. So he's jumping up and down. He's howling. And it turns out, after about 45 minutes to an hour of crude sign language, I figured out that turns out it was his wife's wedding ring. Now, I know what you're saying. Wife's wedding ring, he's a Bigfoot. They don't get married, turns out they do. He has a lovely wife, 2 little kids. I called them Littlefoot. I don't think he heard me, but I know if he did, he would have laughed. About that time, he gives me a big old Yeti hug. I hand him back the stool-soaked ring and get that out of here. So he goes on his way. I go back to my wood chopping spot, and well, hell, you know, come to think of it, I had about 16, 17 beers that night. So maybe it wasn't no Bigfoot at all. Maybe it was just a good old drunk alcoholic crawling around in someone's poop. Maybe.